Welcome back. Now that you're nearly at the end of this course, I'd like to leave you with 2 pro tips so that you can become a power user. I'll cover custom GPTs and using API keys. Each of these require paid subscriptions or top-ups with the respective OpenAI accounts. Let's begin with custom GPTs. Custom GPTs are AI models fine-tuned for specific use cases or tasks. These utilize the underlying technology of GPT. You can benefit from these by using tailored GPTs to address niche problems or scenarios. You and your team can use these, and if you make them publicly available, anyone can. Essentially, these are purpose-specific, scenario-specific, or usage-specific GPTs. Earlier in the course, I had shown you how to find and utilize publicly available custom GPTs like Digital 102 Maven. Now let's take a look at how you can set up one of these. The first thing to do is click on Explore GPTs. Once you're on the GPTs page, and if you have a ChatGPT Pro account, you'll see the Create button on the top right. Click it. You'll be brought to a new GPT setup page. I'm going to demonstrate creating a custom GPT for a high-volume digital advertising task. ChatGPT has a walkthrough interface to help you create your new custom GPT. Let's use this. First, let ChatGPT know what you want. Keep it simple. I'm entering, I would like to create a custom GPT that generates SEM ads. After this, ChatGPT will want a name for your custom GPT. Let's proceed. Remember, if your GPT is going to be available publicly, utilize generic search terms so that people searching for something similar will be able to find it. Here, ChatGPT has suggested SEM Ad Pro. This sounds suitable. I'm going to go ahead with it. So go ahead with the name SEM Ad Pro. You should ideally have a logo or icon for your custom GPT. Here, ChatGPT has created a suitable image to go with the name. Later, if you choose to, you can always change this within the configuration settings. For now, I'm going ahead with this. Next, ChatGPT will want to know what exactly it needs to do. So here it's responded, perfect. Now let's refine SEM Pro a bit more. What should be emphasized or avoided when generating SEM ads? Here, I'm going to let ChatGPT know how to behave and what format the output should be in. It's very similar to what you might want to include in a prompt. Behavior first, act as a search engine marketing specialist. Please keep the length of responses concise. Keep the tone of voice professional with a language style that is persuasive. You can use minimal jargon and moderate details as may be required for each specific ad. The response formality needs to be conversational formal with an emotional tone that is optimistic. After this, the response format. Always generate 2 Google SEM ads with each response unless otherwise specified, and consider the following for each. 3 headlines of up to 30 characters each, separated by a pipe symbol. Utilize keywords and or USPs and or CTAs as needed. Descriptions. Highlight the benefits of the product and include a clear call to action to guide users on what to do next. Utilize keywords mentioned and any other appropriate keywords that will aid in conversion. Description details. 2 primary descriptions, each with a maximum of 90 characters, 5 secondary descriptions for automated testing, each with a maximum of 90 characters, placeholder for a display URL. Then additional details also include the following in each Google SEM ad: 4 site links of 25 characters and 2 site link descriptions each of 35 characters, 1 call extension, 3 callouts of 25 characters, 1 structured snippet mentioning the brand, and 3 values of 25 characters each, 1 review extension of 65 characters. Always ask for information about each response format requirement if it has not already been made available in a prompt. If the user does not have it available, you will generate a placeholder. So let's place these instructions in and hit enter. It's as simple as that. Using this information, ChatGPT has updated its instructions for the custom GPT and it's ready to go. But before we begin, let's look at the configurations. Click on Configure. In this panel, you can edit the custom GPT image by clicking on it and uploading a fresh image. You can change the name of the GPT. You can edit the description as well as the instructions. As you can see, the instructions have been modified by ChatGPT, but taking into account every portion of the instruction earlier provided. There are some default conversation starters, and these can be edited as well. And most importantly, you can upload files, the contents of which ChatGPT will utilize when generating responses. And that's it. Now I'll go ahead and hit create. The platform offers visibility options. I'm selecting GPT Store to make it visible publicly. And then we hit save. Once the settings are saved, you'll be provided with a link to that specific GPT. This link can be shared in groups via chat or messaging, or can be placed as an HTML link on web pages or menus. Now let's see how it works. Hit View GPT, and the Custom GPT should show in your left-hand panel, and you can begin using it immediately. Now say I take the first part of the prompt I'd used earlier in the lesson ChatGPT for digital advertising. Let's see what we get. Here's the section of the prompt. I am a marketing manager at an e-learning organization. I need to create some paid search ad copies. I will use this for Google SEM ads. Keep it relevant for people of India and South Asia. My goal is to get click-through traffic to the product landing page. My product is an online course, Learn Google SEM Ads, Drive Traffic with Measurable Results. Its features are self-paced, video lessons, lifetime access. As always, a good description of your target audience helps ChatGPT in generating a very precise and contextually relevant response. And then the key benefits, the keywords that need to be utilized, and this is something that's important. And finally, customer value propositions. Let me go ahead and enter this prompt, and let's see what ChatGPT generates. As expected, the response has been formatted correctly. The models provided headlines, descriptions with description options, a display URL, site links with descriptions, call extensions, callouts, and structured snippets. And as needed, it's provided a second ad as well. Superb! Go ahead and try creating a custom GPT of your own for your specific purposes. You'll find that using these will enable you to utilize shorter prompts and, most importantly, speed up your digital marketing activities. Now, the other thing that comes in very handy is knowing how to generate and utilize an API key. Let's take a quick look at that. OpenAI provides users with access to ChatGPT models via API. While it's meant for developers, as a professional, you can use it to integrate conversational AI capabilities into applications, websites, and other purpose-specific products, like productivity-enhancing browser extensions. You can utilize an OpenAI API key for digital marketing purposes, utilizing your very own account so you have control, while you get the benefit of a purpose-specific tool. There are numerous tools and applications available, some free, some paid, which you can utilize along with your API key to accelerate your brand or business activities. First, let me show you how to generate an API key and then an example of how it can be used. First, head over to the OpenAI platform. The link for this is available in the resources section of this lesson. You can log in using the same credentials as you used for ChatGPT. You'll be asked for your email address and then your password, and you may be asked to verify that you are human by solving a puzzle. Let me complete this and jump to the dashboard. You'll be brought to a dashboard view. The first thing to do here is to create a project. Select Create Project from the drop-down on the left-hand side top corner. You'll need to enter a project name. Keep it something relevant and recognizable. For this demonstration, I'm calling it Digital 102 Demo. Once you've done this, hit the Create button. The dashboard will change to the project you've just created. You can toggle between projects by selecting from the drop-down on the left-hand side top of the dashboard. Your next step is to create a secret key. And once you have it created, remember to keep it secret because you will be billed for its usage. On the right-hand side top, click on the button Create New Secret Key. Here too, you will need to name your key so that you can identify it later, and because you might have numerous keys for use with different applications. For this demonstration, I'm calling it Demo 1. Once you've done this, hit the button Create Secret Key. And there we go. The key has been generated. You can copy it from here and then utilize it when asked for within the settings of the application you're going to use it in. Again, remember, do not share these keys with anyone. If you've lost or misplaced your key, you can always come back to your dashboard and create a fresh key. Also remember to delete any unutilized keys. You can check the usage of each project by clicking on Usage in the project menu. This will appear as a day-wise expenditure graph, and you'll have visibility on the usage by clicking on Activity. Most API actions for your project become visible here, but before you can begin utilizing your API key, you'll need to set up your billing and top up your account. The API is a pay-as-you-go model, so you're only billed for your actual usage as long as you have your account topped up. To set up billing, click on the gear icon on the right-hand side top corner of your browser, then click on Billing in the left-hand menu. Since mine is an active account, it shows a credit balance. Once you're on this page, you'll first need to click on Payment Methods and then add a payment method. Once you've completed this, go back to Overview and then click on Add to Credit Balance. You will need to enter an amount over $5 at a time and then select your payment method. Hit the Continue button to complete the payment processing. Once your credit balance has been updated, you can begin using your API key. To demonstrate, I'm going to use a browser extension tool. In this example, I'm using the Chrome browser. In your own scenario, you might have different browsers, desktop tools or applications, or other third-party integrations. What's important is utilizing the API key within settings to make it functional. First of all, let me find a tool. On the right-hand side top of the browser, there's the Extensions button. Clicking it will bring you to the Extensions page. You can search for suitable extensions from here. You'll be brought to a page which shows the extensions already installed, but on the left-hand menu, you'll see a link for the Chrome Web Store. Click on it. This is where you can search for extensions. I've run a search for OpenAI plus social. There are numerous ChatGPT powered extensions that show up. I'm going to go ahead and select one. This one seems suitable. It looks like an AI assistant for social media, which seems to help with post comment writing, summarizations, post writing, amongst a few other users across a number of platforms. Most importantly, it uses OpenAI, Claude, or Gemini's APIs. Let me give this a go. So I hit Add to Chrome, then I'll need to make sure the extension is visible. So I'll click on the extensions icon again, and then click on Manage Extensions to come back to this dashboard. Now to take a peek at the extension details, first to make sure it's turned on, and then to make sure it's pinned to the toolbar. This is so that the extension icon appears on the toolbar for easy access. The next thing to do is set up the extension. This one looks like there's a setup guide for it. I'm going to skip that for now and continue with the setup. First, there's a username. I've changed it to demo. I've already pinned the extension to the toolbar, so I'll skip this. This particular one looks like a paid tool, but let me enter the API key to see if it still can be used. Let me go ahead and save it. The instruction after that is to refresh all tabs or restart Chrome. It's always better to restart Chrome, so I'll do that. Now I click on the extension. Back on the settings page, the API key seems to have been saved. There are some options here to customize the manner in which the AI responds. I'm going to let these be for now and see if this tool works. Here I've logged into my LinkedIn account and run a search for posts on digital marketing. This looks like an interesting one dealing with content. A panel opens up with some pre-configured actions. Let me hit support and see what AI generates. A simple response generated nearly instantly. This tool's settings allows for longer content to be generated as well, and that's something I might explore later. However, the purpose of this demonstration was to showcase how the API works, and as we can see, it does. Like I had mentioned before, there are numerous applications and tools being developed where you can utilize your own API keys, and many of these tools are specifically for digital marketing activities. So this brings us to the end of the demonstration on API keys. I do hope you find it useful.